Buff Nation, BWBs. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to TLP Sports Club. You are now watching TLP Live. I am your host, Harry Billion. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys, on Monday Night Football on TLP Live, guys. I appreciate it. I just want to let everybody know and to say hi to my other channel, the Billionaires Mindset or Billionaires Mindset. I'm also streaming live over there. So if anybody catches it or is catching it on Billionaires Mindset, guys, or the Billionaires Mindset, that's me also. I just want to let you know I am trying to, let's be transparent. I'm streaming over there because I need to work on getting my viewership hours up. So that's why I'm streaming over there. So at the top of the show, guys, I just want to ask you for a favor. If you can, it's okay. But if you can and you're watching this, you're participating on a computer, guys, if you can open up a second window or a second tab and just put on the Billionaires Mindset, guys, I will appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. And that's the logo right there on your screen, Billionaires Mindset. I will appreciate that. But anyways, we got to get to work, guys, real quick. We're going to start off the show, guys, by talking about the AP poll. The Associated Press poll is out. Colorado is not on there. There's no surprise. Some people think to be surprised, or some people are surprised that Colorado is not on there. It's kind of weird, but I guess IP Freely too is surprised that Colorado's not on there, and the laughing emojis are out. I don't know what for. It's kind of weird. Bro, you're kind of weird. I don't know what you're doing. There's a lot of teams that are not ranked. It's only top 25, right? We have 134 teams, but you can only rank 25, so Colorado's not on there. It's not even a laughing stock. It's not even something to laugh about. It's nothing to laugh about at all because nobody in their mama were ever thinking that Colorado was going to be ranked in the AP Top 25 poll in 2024 because we only 4-8. So when you're laughing and putting up laughing emojis and stuff like that, saying all hail to the number 42 team in the nation, the Colorado Buffaloes, and then you're laughing, it's like, for what? What's the joke? Because I don't get it. I'm not even feeling some kind of way that we're not ranked. It's not like there's so many teams that are not ranked. And keep this in mind also, that there are other teams in the Big 12, even though there are 5 teams ranked in the Big 12, but there are other teams in the Big 12 that are projected to beat us that are not ranked. So go laugh at those teams as well. It doesn't make sense, bro. It's college football. They usually don't rank a 4-8 team unless you really like that. And last time I checked, Nebraska wasn't ranked either, right? So there's a lot of other teams that are not ranked. So, but anyways, the poll is out. Let's talk about it, guys. We're gonna talk about I want to talk about Colorado's running backs room a little bit tonight. Again, right? So, because there's a lot of movements in the Colorado's running backs room that I find to just be so liberating. It's so refreshing. I think liberating and refreshing is the words. Those are the best words that I want to use right now, because at the end of the day, what we're seeing, we haven't really seen it in the running backs run. We haven't seen them in any game situation besides tape, or if you've watched any type of tape or a breakdown, that's all you got. But we're looking at them also through the lenses of Bucky or Colorado's football team. We're looking through those lenses and we're seeing the practices and the scrimmages. And I'm telling you, Colorado's running backs are looking pretty good. I feel more confident, I guess, as they practice and as their footages come out, and what we're seeing from Colorado's running backs. I'm feeling a lot better about our running back room, and I just feel like Colorado's about to be a problem. Seriously. All right. So, but we're going to talk about that more, guys. So look on your screen. Please do me a favor. Join TLP Live is the email, guys. Join TLP Live at gmail.com. jointlplive@gmail.com is the email you're gonna email if you want to be on the panel, if you want to call in and talk about these topics that we're going to be talking about. Guys, make sure to write this down because I'm going to take this off the screen real soon. That's jointlplive@gmail.com. That is the email for you to call in or for you to be a part of the panel. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get the show on the road. Let me go ahead and put up the AP. Let me go ahead and put up the AP poll, and let's talk about it. You know what? Let me do a little something like this. I think I have it, but it's going to be covering my face. So just give me 1 second. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and pull it up, and then we will talk about it because I think right now I do have it, but if I put it up on that screen, it'll be covering my face. So let me do it like this, and then, guys, we can talk about it. Let's talk about the teams that are ranked. Tim, what up? Asante L, what up with you? RP Freely, what's up? I know you clowning us, but it's all good. Y'all about to see real soon. Real soon, y'all going to see. I keep telling y'all folks, man, y'all can clown all y'all want. Tim said, I see them moving up in the AP poll by the 5th game. I will have to push back on that, my guy Tim, for several reasons, because I don't think by the 5th game we would have played enough significant games to be ranked. And Colorado is not, our schedule is not that tough for us to just be like, all right, we won 5 games or we won 4 games, and now you got to rank us. I don't think it works that way. That's just my opinion, obviously, right? Yeah, it don't work that way. I don't think that Colorado would be ranked by the 5th game. For several reasons. So let me move on over. Let's talk about it. All right, so we got this up on the screen, guys. All right, so here we go. The AP poll I am looking at here. We got Georgia number 1, Ohio State number 2, Oregon number 3, Texas. So I don't know all the logos, so please forgive me. Forgive my my lack of knowledge when it comes to knowing all of the logos and the names. So you're gonna have to help me out, all right? If I approach a logo that I don't know, please make sure don't clown me. It's all good. All right. We got Texas number 4, Alabama number 5, Ole Miss, Notre Dame. Now, this Notre Dame being ranked number 7, I don't know if how I feel about this, because I don't know if I put Notre Dame and then is that Penn State, the Nittany Lions, Penn State at number 8. Y'all let me know if that's Penn State at number 8, because I'm about to mess around. I'm about to mess up. And then Michigan being ranked at number 9. They're the returning champs, right? The reigning champs. We're ranking Michigan at number 9, and then putting Notre Dame, and I believe that's Penn State. If I'm not mistaken, that's the Nittany Lions. All right, and I want you to give me permission to call them the Nifty Lions, because that's what I've been calling them all my life, the Nifty Lions. Can I call them the Nifty Lions? No, Harry B. All right, get it right. All right, so I will say Penn State. I will rank. I will move. I'm moving Michigan up, man. Michigan is up much higher than. I don't agree with AP on this. I'm moving Michigan all the way up to number 6, the Ole Miss's spot. All right. I understand if you want to put Michigan, if you want to put Oregon at number 3, I get it. They beat Colorado really bad. I get it. I don't know how many of their games they actually dominated during the season. I have no idea. But I don't know about Oregon being number 3 and then Michigan being number 9. Like, I don't know that Oregon was that dominant in 2023 for 2024 to be number 3, and then the reigning champs. And I believe the reigning champs are. I believe Michigan is actually bringing back some people, a lot of their guys, not all of them, but a lot of their guys. They lost their coach. I get it, but I guess losing their coach, I guess you can take a hit like that. Sure. Well, I guess I don't know, man. I'm a little torn. Maybe I would say maybe the fact that Michigan is doesn't have their coach anymore, and they're not returning a whole lot of the guys that were significant in that win. Maybe that's why. But is that enough to say that they should be that you're putting Oregon at number 3 and then Michigan all the way down to number 9? I know they're top 10, but still, why are they so bullish on Oregon? Why is college football so bullish on Oregon? It can't be the fact that they hate Colorado so much, right? Why are they so bullish on Oregon? I don't get it. I don't feel like Oregon did enough. You know what? Let me say hi to my folks, and then let me just say hi to everybody, and then we get real good. Mr. Six, what's up with you? Tim Smith, what up with you? Hope all is well. Peter Investor, what up? Hope all is well. All right. Is Washington ranked? The Huskies. That's a good question. No, I don't see Washington on this list. Yeah, I don't. They're the runner-up. So last year, 2023, TCU went to the national. They were the runner-up. They went to the national title game. They lost, right? Pretty bad, right? To Georgia, and they came back in 2024. In 2023, what am I talking about? 2022, TCU went and they lost badly, right? And then they came back in 2023, ranked number 17. We played them, we beat them. Now in 2023, Washington was runner up, and Washington is not on this list. What do y'all think is the thinking on this? Hold on, let me make sure nobody's trying to call in. So what exactly do y'all think is the thinking? Because now that we've had like, for a lot of us, we've had a lot of we've had a full cycle, right? We've had a full year on this thing. We can have a discussion about this. What would be the thinking on leaving Washington out? If you ranked TCU and they took a worse loss than Washington, how do you rank Michigan? How do you rank TCU for 2023 after they took that 2022 L, but then Washington's not ranked? Somebody tell me if y'all see Washington or not, because I don't see their logo. I'm sorry, but I don't see their logo. Okay, so Peter said it looks like head coach and the quarterbacks matter. Okay. I mean, I can understand. I definitely can understand it. But how much weight are they putting on the head coach? And I just want to let y'all know that it came through like a joke or somewhat of a joke, but Colorado actually was on this board according to was it Fox? I think Fox Sports. Colorado got one vote. And so Colorado, through the different rounds, Colorado was on this board at least ranked number 25. My only issue, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Give me a second, Tim. I'll get to you in a second, man. But let me see if I can find it, guys, because I'm going to share that with y'all. So word on the street is Colorado was ranked 25 on one round, one go around. All right. So let me see if I can find it, and then I'll share that with y'all because I thought it was pretty cool to have Colorado ranked at least 25 on one of these rounds. But I want to know what the thinking is behind a lot of these. Now, some of these teams are undisputed, right? Some of these teams are obviously undisputed, but some I have questions about, and I want to know what the thinking is. All right, so give me 1 second. Let me send Tim this list. This link. All right, so yeah, I don't see. Okay, so who does not deserve? Let's do it this way. There's a lot of teams that deserve to be on this list, but there are some obvious teams that do not deserve to be on this list. All right, so so let's do it this way. Let's do this. Let's go through the teams, and we can kind of rank them based on if they deserve to be on the list or that does not deserve to be on this list. All right, so we're starting with Georgia. Georgia's obvious, right? Let me bring my guy Tim on. Hey Tim, thanks for calling in, brother. I appreciate you. How you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm good, Harry. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. You can hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing today, sir?
And all is well. All is well. I got to put my headphones on because of the platform, the new URL I'm using or whatever.
Oh, oh okay.
I don't know the URL. I'm using Chrome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm using Chrome as opposed to Firefox.
Oh, okay.
So not a
Cool.
URL. All right, Tim. So since you're on here, let's do deserves or undeserves, right? And we're just gonna do a thumbs up. All right. So I would say obvious. The top 5 is obvious, right? We're just gonna give them all thumbs up, right? The top 5. Is there is there any pushback on any of the top 5? I would say maybe
No.
Oregon doesn't deserve number 3. Maybe.
Man, Oregon. Mark my word. By the end of the season, Oregon's gonna still remain in that top 5,
You
if
think
not
so?
number 2. Yeah, I know so. Just based off of what they have.
Huh. I don't know why I'm not convinced. I know that they beat us pretty bad last year, but I don't know why I'm not totally convinced. All right, TH said top 10 is valid.
Top 10 is valid? Who said that?
TH in the chat said top 10 is valid.
Man, I wish the TH could come on here because I want to see how they get how that become valid. Like it's one team.
Who would you switch around? How do you switch around this top 10?
I mean, I would agree with him or she to 9 as far as top 9, but Florida State, based off of what they did last season, man, I'll replace them with Missouri.
Where's Missouri? What number is Missouri?
Missouri is ranked number 11.
Oh, number 11. That's Missouri. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
Missouri's going to be good, man. If you watch Missouri last season and they got majority of those guys coming back, they're going to be good. They're going to be in the top 10. They're going to be in that top 10.
So you would
If
drop
not Tennessee.
you would drop Florida to number 11?
Yeah, I would put Missouri at number 10 and I would put Florida State at number 11. I wouldn't even have Utah ranked at number 12.
Hmm.
I feel like where LSU is at, it's all right. I mean, I would, yeah, LSU is they're cool right there. I would even move them to number 14 if I had to. Um, just based off of strength of scheduling that they play on a year-to-year basis.
I will have Georgia number 1. I will
Mm-hmm.
have Georgia number 1. People, I mean, a lot of people are bullish on Ohio State, so okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with number 2. I will move I will move Michigan to number 3.
Not over Texas, you wouldn't.
No?
No, I move Oregon over to 4 and put Texas
So
at.
okay, but let's discuss the reasons though. The reasons, okay, so they lost to Jim Harbaugh, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did they lose their quarterback?
Yes.
What's it, McCarthy? What
Yes.
McCarthy? McCarthy?
Yes.
McCartney?
He went to the NFL.
Okay. But how much okay, they had the best defense in college football last year, right?
Florida State had the best defense in college football. Even though they won the national championship, Florida State had the best defense in college football.
But yeah, I understand that. But at the end of the year, everybody was talking about how locked down Michigan's defense was, and Washington couldn't do anything against them. And everybody was talking about Michigan's defense. So okay, let's just say they have one of the top defenses in college football. Fair enough.
Who, Michigan?
Michigan.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So if that's the case, right? If we think about it, are they bringing back enough guys on that defensive line or on the defense? I mean, are they? Because I'm not sure. I didn't really do no deep dive on Michigan. Are they bringing back enough guys on the defense?
Uh, I haven't went and looked at their roster yet.
Okay. So
I haven't went and looked at their.
okay. So Tim just kind of dropped out real quick. So, but yeah, if Michigan is returning a solid number of their defense, and then they went out and got some guys, I get it. Now, maybe if I'm thinking the decision to put them at number 9 has a lot to do with their coach. What do you think, Tim?
It could be. It could be. I'm not 100% sure with that one.
Yeah, I have them in top 5. Michigan got to be top 5 because Michigan ain't one of these teams that just won the national title by luck. You feel me? Like, do you feel like if it wasn't Washington, they would have had a tough time?
I feel like I mean the two teams that was in the national championship last year deserve to be there.
Right.
First and foremost. But I would have liked to seen now if they would have played at Georgia, I don't think I mean I feel like Michigan I mean the game was good, but I feel like Georgia would have gave them better competition. That's just my personal opinion, but I mean the two teams that were there deserve to be there. But I do not see Michigan in the top 5 because they lost a head coach, they lost a quarterback, their star quarterback, they lost a star running back. You know, those are two
Yeah, those are
key
major
pieces. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That running back was one of the best running backs in college football. Their quarterback was one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Their head coach is he's a great head coach. You know what I mean?
All right,
He's able
so you're
he's
saying
able to recruit top
But then they had depth though. Then Michigan have like the next man up would have been like this
They
year
have
coming in.
depth. Yeah, they have depth, but they don't have they don't have that quarterback, uh, a backup quarterback that's going to lead them to the national championship over Oregon. What Oregon has, Oregon quarterback was
Okay.
at University of Oklahoma last season, right? He's a
Mm-hmm.
great quarterback, and now putting him into that system with the playmakers that Oregon is bringing back, then now you can boost that by the quarterback leaving Oklahoma going to Oregon boosted their how can I say it?
But they had a Bo Nix and they didn't go playoff. So I mean,
Man,
why
this
are we so
left-handed
bullish?
quarterback is different, man. He's different. Bo Nix is good. I'm not gonna take anything away from him. I don't
Right.
think he know
They
NFL.
had a decent core last year, right? And
Yeah.
nothing's convincing me on their preseason movements to let me know that these guys they made that much a significant movement in the preseason that I
Mhm.
would rank him at number 3. Like that's
Man,
number 3 is number 3, bruh.
yeah, hey, but look, that quarterback that came from Oklahoma, in my this just my personal opinion, he's better than Bo Nix.
Okay.
He's better than Bo
And,
Nix,
okay,
and
so you're thinking that they're the position that made them struggle a little bit more is the quarterback position? You think the quarterback position was their weakest link?
I can't say their quarterback play was their weakest link.
Because then the argument that you're making about the quarterback being better, that argument has to be based on the fact that you felt like their quarterback was one of their weakest links last year. Because then
No,
what
I
difference would
guess
that make so much?
I mean he's more of a dual threat. He's a dual. He can run. He
Okay.
can pass. His timing, um, it's 1-2. It's gone. Um, I mean, dang man, you have to actually go back and look at some of the film at OU. You know, he played against Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Texas had a hard time with him.
So I mean, I'm not trying to do a deep dive. This is just kind of like surface. This is just
Mhm.
surface conversation based on what we viewed from the season, right? I'm not trying to do no
Mhm.
deep dive, but I'm just saying like certain things have to kind of gel or have to it has to make football sense for me to agree with it, right?
Right.
Because
Well,
this
you.
obviously this is AP, so I'm like, all right, this is the list that everybody's going off of. This is what this
Mhm.
is the national list.
It's
So,
based off their schedule from last. I mean, it's based off their record from last year. It's
mhm.
based off of um did bowl appearances, playoff appearances, who who they lost to the NFL versus what they brought in from the portal to replace those guys and where they came from to give you a better understanding of how this AP poll is put together and why they got certain people in certain places.
Yeah, but what about Washington though? Washington not ranked at
Man,
all.
Washington lost so many people, it's ridiculous. And they lost their head coach to Alabama. Alabama
Right, but
sitting at 5 is because of what they done in the past years.
Jet
Do I
Fish
see that?
number 21, Jet Fish is at Washington. So Arizona's ranked number 21. How we putting Arizona? How do you rank Arizona and not ranked Washington? Make
How
that
many
make
how many
sense.
well, how many okay, Washington lost their key component, right?
Washington lost their coach, and so did
Okay,
Arizona.
and who no. Who else did Washington lose?
Oh,
They
Washington,
lost Penix. Yes, Washington lost Penix, right?
right?
The quarterback. Who else did they lose? They lost a wide receiver. They lost a key wide receiver, right?
I don't agree. I don't agree with TH, man. Washington would be like TCU. Nah,
No, they
never.
not gonna be like
Nah, man.
they down there, man. Like you losing that many
So
players to
okay, so
not
you
only to
think
the
they're
NFL
losing too
and
much to be effective?
yes, they lost way too much. Now they in that rebuilding stage. They in rebuilding and they in that rebuilding stage, man. And the reason why Arizona's sitting here is because of what they produced last season. They went to a bowl game, who they beat in the bowl game, which is OU. But they still got OU ranked higher than Arizona.
All right, so real quick, just hold on real quick. Join TLP Live at gmail.com. If you want to join the panel, you want to voice your opinion, you want to join the conversation, guys, join TLP Live at gmail.com. The email is right there on your screen. Please write it down because I'm about to take it down. Again, it's join, JOIN, TLP Live at gmail.com. Don't spell it wrong. I'm taking it off the screen. But
Phil,
yeah, but
where you at, Phil? You ain't got but 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes. Come on the show, man.
I picked on Phil last show. I don't want to pick on him again. Monday nights don't work for Phil too much, so I it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, but like, okay, so yeah, the argument with, I can see Florida, even though they got DJ Uiagalelei as at their quarterback position now. So if if Florida State is bringing back their core team, and they went 13-0 last year, if they're bringing back their core, was it 12-0 or 13-0? They were 13-0, right?
They was undefeated, yes.
Okay. So if they're bringing back everybody, and then they upgraded to DJ Uiagalelei from Clemson, from the Utes. Was it the Utes? So yeah, he's been bouncing around. He's a journeyman. But at least they upgraded a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe not top 10, because I don't know. I don't know if they're top 10 or not. But yeah, so they were 13-0.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Michigan was what, 15-0?
Michigan went undefeated and won the national championship.
Right. And you got them at number 9, and you're putting some teams in there that did not have the year they had, and it's only because Jim Harbaugh?
No.
Or JJ McCarthy?
No, yeah, man. Like they lost a lot of the running back. They lost a lot of offensive linemen to the NFL. And
but how much did Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin? How much did Lane Kiffin bring in?
Ole Miss was nice last season.
So was Michigan. So was.
But they coming back, Harry. They coming back. That same squad is coming back.
They're bringing back their squad.
Yes.
So that's important.
And they got people in the portal. So Ole Miss is gonna be up there if they don't fumble the ball, because you never know about them Rebels. They'll do some crazy stuff, but they can easily. I mean, they can get up. I feel like they can get up there in that top 5 as well. But my eyes are geared on how Texas do this season, because even though they play OU at the Cotton Bowl every year, that game can be a toss-up game. It can go either way.
What was the final? Let me pull up the final rankings on Give me 1 second.
20 and 23.
Yeah. Hold up. Don't I have? I think I have. We've been talking about this. Hold up. I think I may have the AP final poll for 2023. All right, I don't have it up here, but this is like, I don't know. I don't totally agree. I don't totally agree with this list. Yeah, top 10. I would switch up the top 10. I'm fine with Georgia and I'm fine with Ohio State. I'm not fine with number 3. I don't know about Texas being at number 4. Maybe I would swap Texas and Alabama. I know Saban is gone, but I'm swapping Texas and Alabama. And then number 6, huh?
Why?
Because I feel like the weapons that Alabama has, I feel like Texas.
You didn't see what Texas had last season and what's coming back?
Well, okay, so if you look at the playoff map, right?
From last season?
Yeah, from last season. If we look at the playoff map, I think is this the playoff map? Let me see.
Who did Alabama lose to last season?
This is the playoff map, right? from last season. This is it right here on your screen.
Yeah. We know who was in the national championship, but I'm talking about in the regular season. Who did Alabama lose to? Handedly.
Alabama. Who did Alabama lose
They
to?
lost to Texas, man.
Oh, it was Texas?
Yes, they lost to Texas.
Okay. All right. So I can see
In
why.
Alabama.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, and now that Texas is in the SEC, I went through and looked at their schedules a little bit briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of these teams don't even play each other this year. Texas got Georgia, but that's later on in the season. At Texas, Ole Miss got a pretty easy schedule, but OU gonna be playing a lot of teams that I feel like that's gonna push them further down. And I think I know I said by game 5, but I have to look at a lot of those top 25 teams and who they playing and stuff like that early on in the beginning of the season to see if Colorado will have a chance to slide up there in that top 25 AP. But I still think that they're going to be in the top 25 by game 5, man. Honestly,
Make it make sense. I mean, we can talk about it. We got time.
last season they was in the they went to 21. Was it 21? After
How do you justify what you're saying? NDSU, Nebraska, Colorado State, Baylor, UCF. How can you justify what you're saying? You can't play all non-ranked teams and beat them and then say you're ranked. I mean, that's not how this works.
1, 2, 3,
Because you know how many teams have to lose that's ranked.
if they beat those teams handedly, mark my word, they're gonna put them in the top 25. Because there's gonna be teams in the top 25 that's going.
What are you basing that on?
Because there's gonna be teams in the top 25 that's gonna lose. Like Utah, I don't think Utah gonna beat TCU this season. I just got that feeling. And they played them early in the season.
Wow. So you think TCU? I mean,
yes,
I like TCU. I ain't gonna hold you. I like TCU, but I'm not as bullish as you are on TCU.
If you pull up Utah schedule, they got some teams that they got to face early in the season. So I feel like they can lose some games early on in the season that will push Colorado. If Colorado beat these teams handedly, I feel like they're gonna put them in the top 25, man.
But
they did it last season.
Define handily, like, because unless I mean, what are you seeing?
They come out and blow out NDSU, right?
Okay, and I can give you that. I will give you that. I'll give you NDSU. We're gonna beat them handily.
No. I'm just painting a picture of how they could get pushed up into that AP poll.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right. I'm going with their scenario.
They beat say for instance they come out and beat Nebraska, like they did last season with Raiola at quarterback in Nebraska.
Okay.
A team that they've been gaslighting since Raiola touched down in Nebraska.
For sure, I know they are way too bullish on that kid, right. and I'm not buying it.
And they bringing back the same defense from last season. They got 30-something points put up on that defense, right? So if they go and do the same thing, and then they play Colorado State in Colorado State and beat them like they should have beat them in Colorado last season, and then they go smash Baylor, and then if they beat UCF at home by at least 10 or 14, by 10 or 2 touchdowns, they're going to push them up in the AP, man. Mark my word. They're not going to leave Colorado out of the AP, man.
All right, so this is 2023. This is last year. Preseason last year. So They have TCU. They have North Carolina, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is ranked like 22. I don't even know what their record is. I mean, so they're really bullish on Ole Miss this year. Yeah, but this is
because of
what
the
they had
teams that
last
they
year.
beat last season. But go ahead.
Okay, so they're always one season behind, right?
Okay, you're right. Exactly.
Okay, so that's how they're doing it. And then after this season, we come into the 2024, and here we are.
Okay, now on that last screen that you just showed, Michigan was at what, number 2 behind Georgia, and Michigan won the national championship, right? Okay, fast forward to now, head coach left, starting quarterback NFL, starting running back NFL, offensive lineman, defensive lineman NFL. Some
Mhm.
transferred out because their quarterback left. Now, how can you sit them at top 2 in the AP poll? How can you still put that same exact
I'm saying
team?
top 5, not top 2. They don't have to be
How
1
you
and
gonna
2.
how you gonna even put them in the top 5? You still got Alabama, you still got Ohio State, you still got Georgia that's in the that's in the top 5 now, and you got
So I mean,
you
okay,
got a
so
Texas team
so
coming
then
over
why
to.
are you so bullish? How can you be so bullish on Alabama? And they lost Nick Saban, the GOAT. The GOAT is gone.
I'm not bullish on it. I don't like Alabama
No, I'm
at.
saying like I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying AP, right? How are you so bullish? How are you so bullish on Alabama? And you got them top 5,
I
but
think
they
the
lost
reason,
their coach.
right? I think they got. I think the reason that they got Alabama at 5. This is just my personal opinion. I think they have Alabama at top 5 this season going forward is because of the one of the coaches that played in the national championship that's coming over to take over a team that wins national championships and always in the top 5 each and every year for the last couple of years. So you don't, even though they lost Nick Saban, Alabama could still be or still contend for a national championship this year because of who they have, what type of players they bring in each and every year. They find a way to get it done. Now you bringing in a head coach that just previously came from a national championship game, and the things that he did over at Washington, you can't just leave Alabama out, man. I mean, I think it's biased, but
I like what Topper is saying. Topper is saying give the teams their respectful ranks, and however they perform this year, then they go up or down as the season goes on. I mean, I
that's
like that
every year
thinking.
though. That's every year.
You saying that's what they do every year?
What Topper just stated, that's how the
Uh-huh.
AP poll go every single year. Everybody
But that's not how they're
they're
going
gonna
this year. If that's how it's going, then you will rank Michigan at least closer to top 5. Michigan is number 9.
know what Topper is saying. This year, the AP poll has
Mhm.
Michigan at what, 9? The year
Yeah,
before they had them at 2.
right.
Right. So what he's saying is it's gonna go up. Teams are gonna go up and down. If Michigan is that team this season, like they were last season, it's gonna
Hmm.
show. They're gonna move up to number 2 or number 1, depending on how Georgia pan out, depending on how good Michigan does this season. They can easily go up to number 1. That's what Topper is talking about. And it's like that.
What do
What
you
I'm
mean?
saying is like that every season. You're gonna come out with a top 25 every year at the beginning of the season.
All right, so let me pull up this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pull up this. Yeah, let me. So let me give you the. Hold on, let's share. Because I mean, this stuff, man. I'm like, I don't know. AP. I'm not. I don't know, man.
Man, the AP poll pisses people off every year, man.
I'm
I
telling you,
mean,
this year,
it's
what?
always like that every single year. They'll do some crazy stuff, and you'll be like, man, how in the world do y'all
Right.
come up with this? And then it don't even pan out like that, or sometimes it does.
Yeah, because he's saying UGA. I mean, Georgia should be number 9,
Who said that?
topper.
I don't know
Topper
what
seemed the
top we're
same.
on. Georgia
So
ain't
this
no
is number
number
12.
9.
This is week 12, right? This is week 12 in last year. So this is at the end of the season.
Mhm.
You had JMU ranked last year,
Mhm.
18 at the end of the year.
Mhm.
James Madison's ranked. And what? There's a couple. I don't know if it's a couple or maybe one or two player. One player that went
A
to
lot of players from
JMU.
James Madison went to uh bigger schools because of what they did last season.
Mm-hmm.
They are not the same team.
Oregon ended last year ranked at number 6.
Mhm.
You feel me? And then they're coming in to 2024 ranked number 3.
Mhm.
Make it make sense. It's not making no daggone sense. Michigan
Okay. Okay.
ended
Michigan.
last
Okay.
year
Mhm.
number 2.
Mhm.
They're coming in at number 9. Michigan,
Mhm.
Oregon lost their quarterback too. Now you're saying maybe they're upgrading on the quarterback, but is that what kept them at number 6? No, I don't think so. Because I don't know, man. Texas beat
Oklahoma.
UGA in playoffs last year. Like, oh yeah, Texas beat UGA in the playoffs last year.
Uh, you got Oklahoma at 14,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Yep.
have their quarterback went to Oregon. Oregon was 6. Washington, that team is just all over the place. They pretty much building from the ground up.
Okay, so
Uh
Washington lost too much, but would you not at least put some respect on their last year? Not a little bit of respect on their last year, and
oh, who?
maybe rank them.
Washington?
Yeah.
No. I'm not putting no respect on none of that.
Word.
Man, when the last time Washington been to a bowl game or national championship?
Last year.
Before last year.
What do you mean before? Who cares? It's what have you
No, yeah,
done for
yes,
me
that
last?
does care. That does care. That
What
that
do you
that that
mean?
carry a lot of weight.
I'm just making an argument to say, look, put some respect on my name because at least I was in the national championship game last year. You gotta
Nah,
rank me preseason. You gotta.
that ain't how it worked. They looking for the
That is how it
the
worked because TCU was ranked.
nah,
So
bro.
what are you telling me?
Like,
TCU is going to be the thing that breaks everybody's way of thinking. Because if you're saying that's not how it works, then explain TCU. And
uh,
they took a worse beating by Georgia. So how do you explain them being ranked number 17 and Colorado coming in and beating them? Right? So then what are you telling me that hey Stacy, how you doing tonight? Hope all is well. So are you telling me that they're thinking the AP has changed up their thinking to correct for TCU in 2023? Does
no,
that
what
make
was TCU ranked in the
17, bro? There was 17. We beat them at 17.
yes, but that was the beginning of the season. That's what Topper was talking about. You on week 12. And in the beginning of the season, they were ranked 17 based off of them going to the national championship the year
Yeah,
before. Okay, now
but
who did they no hold on.
but
Who did they
you're not even giving
I'm
Washington their
finna give you
respect.
give who? No. I'm finna point out something to you.
Okay.
They were ranked number 17 the beginning of the season last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The year before that, they went to the what? National championship.
2022, yeah. And
Right.
they took a 200 point beating.
Right. They didn't even deserve to be there. I had said that before
Right.
but they put them in anyway. They didn't deserve to be there. But, hey, it is what it is. But what I'm saying is they lost their starting quarterback and a couple of other people to the NFL and into the portal. So come last season, you see they dropped them down to 17.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Michigan. Last
Hey,
this
hey, hey, but wait, but at least you put some respect on their name, right?
Michigan's not 17.
No, no, no. I'm saying at least you put some respect on TCU's name last year in 2023, and you
But
ranked them
TCU
17, even
TCU
though
didn't
TCU lost their quarterback, Max
but they
Duggan.
didn't lose their head coach. They didn't lose their head coach either.
No, I get it. I get it. Like,
Michigan lost their head coach and quarterback and running back and offensive lineman and some of their defensive linemen to the NFL.
I get it. No, I understand it. But the type of weight and the respect that you would give them and say, hey, listen, they know how to recruit. They know how to play football. They're not going to go to sleep. They can use their leverage from what they did in 2023 three to leverage up on 2024, even though they lost a lot. So you give them a little bit of leeway and say, okay, we're going to put some respect on the fact that you won, that you went to the national championship, and at least give you a top 25 ranking.
No, that ain't how it works. But I get you a plane ticket out here to DFW so you can sit in and talk to them when their committee come down.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm just making the argument where you're like, yeah, I get it.
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I also understand that it doesn't work like that.
All right, Stacey, we're talking. The subject is 2025, 2024 AP top ranking. That's what we're talking about right now. So we're making the argument that we're making right now is we got the top 25 preseason ranking right now, and the top 5 teams are good teams. All right, but I would maybe shuffle them a little bit. I don't respect Oregon like that. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, I don't know what it is, but my gut feeling from what Oregon did last year, I don't I don't see Oregon as a top 3 team. That's just not, I don't see it. And I don't think by week 5 they will be top 3. All right, so let me ask you this question. If you are a top 3, if you are a top 5 team, right? And by which week do you expect the top 5 teams to lose? To at least lose one game?
You got to look at their schedules individually to see who they playing.
I'm just saying, forget about the schedule. Which week? If you're ranked top five, top 5 in college football is serious business. If you're ranked, I would say top 10 college football is serious business. Nobody should be expecting you to lose by which week? By week X. By week X, you should not have lost a game. Which
You
week is
can
that?
you can lose week 1 if you don't come to play, but in fairness, none of those teams in the top 25 should lose game 1.
So you're not even giving them you're not even giving them 2 weeks. You're like, all right, I give them 1 week and that's it. After 1 week, then all bets are off.
I mean, the first things have been broke up and changed around. You got Oklahoma, you got Texas moving over to the SEC. Um, it's the schedule. Who do they have on their schedule
Mm.
is going to determine that. And moving forward, you'll have a better, clear path. But I know, like the first 3 games, if we go off of last year, Alabama, they didn't play nobody in like the first 3 games, man. Those I call those practice games. Once you get the moving down the schedule, then you'll be able to you're gonna play a lot better competition.
Mm. Uh, 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 Gerald
especially
Gerald makes a
conference
good
games.
point. Anybody can be beat any given week. These standings are week to week. Okay, that's fair enough. I would say that's fair to say that these are just week to week. And this is preseason anyway, right? This is not like, oh my goodness, like these are hands hands down, cannot be beat teams. These are kind of like saying, okay, based on all of the movements in the portal, based on the movements of last year, what they brought in, their schedule, who they kept, who they brought back, all of that is ranking these teams at where they're at. Now, is there any team that's on here that you feel like there's no way they don't deserve to be on here?
What, they don't deserve to be on there?
That like they don't deserve to be on here. Is there any team on here that you feel like, okay, they don't deserve to be on here?
Mm, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say
Not
because
one?
um no. I mean the AP poll. This how the AP poll has it, and obviously they see something that I don't see. That's why I go back and look through each one of those schedules and see who they play. Even though I know things are gonna shift. Let Texas lose to Colorado State in game one and watch how the AP poll shift the next week. Or let Oregon lose uh game one and watch how far they drop.
Or so okay. So then that's a good point that you're making. So which team then on this list is going to drop the hardest after they lose their first game? You already gave me a couple, right? You already gave me two.
Uh
Because
mm,
you know what that says, right? That
mm-hmm,
says we're putting you on here for X, Y, and Z reasons. But you better make sure that you better make sure that you're not coming, you're not stinking up the place. That's what that means. That's what that tells me.
I feel like if Notre Dame lose game one, they'll fall in the top 20, if not out of the top 25.
And what was this thing that all these people were making a stink about the Miami, and they're ranked number 19. So
Man,
what were your were you one of those people? If I remember, Tim,
not me.
you were not one of those people that was saying, nah, Miami is the worst.
No, that wasn't me.
You weren't part of the group, the choir singing that song.
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
I would know if that was me, but that wasn't me.
All right,
But
y'all know I record these sessions, right? Like,
right, they Miami, they I think they'll be okay, but I'm not. I feel like with having them at 19,
mm-hmm.
uh, if you pull it back up real quick,
Yep.
if you let me see, they're at 19. Um, mm,
They're ranked number
they,
19. Miami is,
I
and
I mean,
I remember like either my panel or somebody talking real smack. Like, there's no way Miami's been bad like for a long time.
I mm, Miami may be at a good spot at 19. I was finna say I'll put Kansas over Miami, but I think Miami may be sitting okay at 19. That's just my personal opinion. I wonder what chat think.
Yeah, what y'all think about Miami chat? What do y'all think about Miami being Stacy said they lose one game and then they're gonna not be ready. It's gonna be like
I
a
agree with you,
Colorado
Stacy.
ranking. It's gonna be like a Colorado ranking. All right, so let's go down the list and name all of the games or all of the teams that would disappear if they lose one game. I would say, I'm looking at maybe not Clemson, Miami. We already named. Uh,
You said Miami. Oh yeah, Miami.
Miami's gonna be gone. I would say Notre Dame would be gone so fast, right? Notre Dame would be out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan has. They're gonna give Michigan some grace.
Mm-hmm.
So Michigan may be able to lose some games and still be in there. But I don't know. I feel like some people are feeling some kind of way about Florida. I think
Florida.
Florida lose one game and they may drop to like 25 or be out of it.
Where you see Florida at?
Florida State. They're the only
If
Florida
Florida,
team on here.
if Florida lose, man, I think they'll drop. Uh,
I think they go to
16,
25.
17.
Nah, I'm trying to tell you because keep in mind they lost their quarterback and then all everything like the floor came from under them. So if they lose a game and early in the season, it's not going to be a good look. Now on the flip side, let's say they continue their winning ways like last year. Do they move up or do they stay?
Let me see. That depends on now. If Notre Dame lose, they can cancel Christmas. And I feel like if Florida State, depending on how they win in the fashion that they win in, and if Notre Dame, Penn State, Michigan lose a game in the first 4 or 5 games, you're gonna see Florida State move up to either 6 or it could either move up to 5, depending on how Alabama pan out and how they handle the teams that they play. Because Alabama could say, for example, Alabama could play a sorry team and
Mm-hmm.
and and bat and beat them by 10 points, and Florida State handedly uh, beat their teams, and Notre Dame, Penn State, and Michigan loses a game, you could see Florida State go to 5 and over jump Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm. I agree also with Stacy. USC. I was just about to say USC, Texas A&M, um,
Oh yeah,
Arizona. Who's 24? I don't know that logo.
I feel like if Utah loses, they'll drop down to inside that 21 to 25 if they not out of it.
No, but if Utah loses, they're not disappearing. The teams that are going to disappear with one game lost is going to be Arizona, USC. I don't know 24. What is 24? Like who's that logo? Do you know that logo?
South, let me
Is that
see.
the Gamecocks? No, right?
Is that South Carolina?
That that don't look like game. That don't look like a chicken, a
Uh,
bird. That looks like a wolf or some type.
um,
Oh yeah, North Carolina State.
North Carolina State.
Yeah,
Oh, that is North Carolina
NC
State.
State Wolf. Is NC State Wolfpack?
Yeah, they did their thing in basketball this season. Well, past season.
Oh, all right, Wolfpack. That's what I thought. Yeah, NC State Wolfpack. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like it looks like a wolf. All right, so NC State lose, disappear. Let's just put it this way:
Out of there.
the bottom, 21 to 25 lose, they disappear. Just like automatic disappearance. Like if you at that bottom, you lose. It's not that you're at the bottom, but these teams, I feel like they're Arizona is the unicorn from last year. It's like the Cinderella team from last year. So there's no way they're continuing what they did last year. This is just me, and I'm trying to tell you, I don't believe in Arizona, and I do not believe in Oregon. Those are the two teams that I'm gonna watch with a close eye. All right. So
So let me ask you this, Harry. I don't mean to
yep.
interrupt you. At the
Uh,
at
Go
the
ahead.
at the at the week 5,
Mm-hmm.
you don't think Oregon is still going to be sitting up there at number 3?
Let me pull up Oregon's schedule. Let me not speak just kind of like frivolously. Let me pull them up. Give me a second. Let's see. Oregon football schedule 2024. All right, let's look at their schedule, and then I'll be able to better tell you. We'll come back to this. I wanted to highlight the conferences. So the top 25 before we go to there, the SEC has 9 ranked teams. The Big 10 has 6, Big 12 has 5, and then ACC has 4. Just I guess put a pin in that real quick, and let's go to let's go to Oregon. I'm not a believer of Oregon football. I don't. Number one, I don't like them. Number two, I just don't believe in them. All right, so can you see that, or is it too far away? Let's see, where are we? Oregon, here we go. All right, let's put it up right there. All right, so all right, so Oregon is playing Idaho. That's a win. Boise State, that's a win. Oregon State, that's a win. UCLA, that's a win. Oh, gosh. I hate them. Oh, man. Michigan State, that's a win. Ohio State, that's an L. How many days? When is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're only losing by week number 6. So week number 6, they're gonna take their first loss.
Hey,
week number 6.
I know you want them to lose badly. You really want them to lose week 1. You hoping Idaho will pull a rabbit out the hat. But
It's not happening, bro.
no. But do not be surprised.
Be surprised of what? That
If
Oregon's gonna lose to Idaho?
no, if Ohio State goes into Oregon and get upset.
Yeah,
Do not
right.
be surprised.
That would be the game that I would be like, all right,
What you
they
think,
will make
chat?
me respect them. Yeah, chat. Like, what's your thing? That if Oregon goes into Ohio State, or I don't know who's playing where, who's home
They
or
playing
whatever.
at Oregon.
Okay, right. So Oregon has the advantage.
Exactly.
They win if
have
Oregon
a slight
wins this
momentum.
game,
Huh?
bruh. Oregon win this game from now on for my college football career or whatever. I will forever respect Oregon. Until then, and don't lose to Michigan State. Do not lose to Michigan State. Because State can play football too. I know they had a little bit of coaching situation with Mel Tucker.
They playing in Oregon.
I can't tell. Like, how do you tell where they're playing at, if they're at home or not?
Because Oregon, I think Oregon at the top is. I think Oregon.
Is it the top? Top means at home.
No, I think top mean let me see. I think top mean away. Them at the bottom.
Okay. So then Oregon's away. Oregon's gonna go to Michigan.
No, Michigan comes to Oregon.
Top means away, you said?
Yeah. If
Oregon,
if Oregon at the bottom, they at home.
Okay. So then Michigan is away, right?
Yes.
Don't lose to Michigan though. I don't know who their new coach is. I know Mel Tucker is gone.
Right. Mel Tucker is out.
Mel Tucker is out of there, but Michigan knows how to play too. But there's no way. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? There's too much going on over there. Yeah. Purdue, that's an easy one. Illinois, how do y'all say it? Illinois or Illy what?
Illinois.
No, I'm saying, like, don't they have like Illini or Ilani or something like that? It was something. Anyway. Yeah, I don't. Man, that schedule sucks, man. Look, what is this, man? Are you kidding me? Of course, that's the reason why they're ranked number 3. They're going to go through this daggone schedule. I only see, 2 or 3 losses. That's it. They're going to lose to Michigan. They're going to lose to Ohio State. Maryland, they're going to beat. Washington, they're going to beat. Well, Washington's a toss-up. And then Wisconsin, they're going to beat. So, obviously, I mean, I can see. But you see but the thing is, for them, is that going to put them into the national playoff this year? Possibly. If they lose 3 games, they're in.
They'll be at that um they'll be in the 12 team playoff.
Yeah, they will be in the 12-team playoff. And they can play their way in there.
Exactly. With that schedule.
That now, I mean, I mean,
Now
with that
you see what
schedule,
I'm talking about?
yeah, I mean, with that schedule, that makes sense. I hate it, man. I hated that college football did this to me. I'm telling you, man, because I don't believe in Oregon, but it's like now, it's like, but see, this is how it happens, right? You get caught behind, because what's going to happen is, as much as I hate Oregon, they're ranked number 3, and they're going to prove to college football why they're ranked number, because of their daggone schedule. They're not playing anybody. This is ridiculous. They don't play anybody until week number 6. Come on, bro. If you're 5-0 by week number 5, come on, bro. Like, going into week number 6, everybody gonna be thinking you like that.
Yeah.
But they're really not like that, because they haven't played nobody yet. And then they're gonna go to Ohio State and lose that game, and then everybody's gonna be like, but that's Ohio State though.
And see, Notre Dame and Penn State, they play each other every year. So one of them are gonna knock each other down. Yeah, one of them gonna knock each other down. Utah got a tough schedule, man.
We saw Utah's schedule. Utah is, but Utah can play football though. Utah is not one of these rinky-dink teams you think is just gonna like walk into somebody and just lose. Utah is nice.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Utah is nice. I'm not a believer in Oregon, man. You know what? I'm gonna keep hope alive and let one of these teams upset Oregon, please, for me. Just please, for me. Their
remember
schedule
they
is
not
not.
playing for clicks.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Oh man, but I hate them, man. Oh my goodness, bro. If there's any team up there that I just want to just, all right, they need to be shut up, it's Oregon. That's the team that I'm like, oh my gosh. Mr. Seven is back. Oregon going undefeated. They're gonna have to go through. They got to go through Ohio State. Oregon has to go through Ohio State. They got to go through. I wouldn't say Washington. I mean, Washington may give them a problem, but
It won't be like last year though.
they got to
Oregon
go through
liable to
Michigan.
blow them. Yeah, see, they got to travel to Michigan. That's going to be a hard, hostile environment to win in up there in Michigan.
Yeah, and Michigan coming off, if Michigan, let's say for instance, Michigan feels some kind of way being the national champs, and then them being ranked number 9. If they feel some kind of way, they're going to be playing with that edge on their shoulders as well. So, but like, you're going all the way like November. Like, we're in November by the time they get to Michigan. So who knows what's going to happen with Michigan? If Michigan then really ante up, and they have a depth problem, then Oregon might expose them. You feel me? So that's I hate
agree.
college football. I hate this. Oh man, the one team that I was like looking forward to like somebody beating, I can't find now one team that I feel like can give them a problem. UCLA definitely ain't doing it. Maryland ain't doing it. My Maryland Terrapins ain't doing it.
I don't think. I mean, Michigan is they're a disciplined team. the um they got a lot of players that been waiting their opportunity to shine. So I feel like this season they're
You
gonna
mean like
get it.
next man up is nice?
Yeah, their next man up could be nice. So uh they recruit well, but I feel like their toughest battle is gonna be Ohio State, and I feel like they could have, if everybody's healthy on both squads, then it's just gonna be it's gonna be a good game. But if it's later in the season like it is, and I feel like Ohio State may edge it out just because they don't want to do anything to mess up their positioning in the AP poll. Because once you rank high like that, you trying to protect that each
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, each weekend. You're not trying to let nobody knock you out of that rank, you out of your ranking spot. If anything, you're trying to move up if you're not number one.
So, so okay. So if I'm going back to Topper, so Oregon got beat twice by Washington last year. Now Washington did lose Penix, right? But and they lost their coach. Now the question has to be, okay, is that too much to lose to say that it ain't going to happen this year with Oregon? I don't know. I would
Uh,
say,
my question
what
to
would you say?
Topper, my question to Topper is, he would put his money on Washington or Washington State this year.
Uh, wait. So Jet Fish, who took Arizona to the to what, was that the Pop Tarts Bowl? I forgot which where they went. Like Arizona only lost 2 games last year, and now and Jeff Fish is at Washington. So I would say Washington got. I wouldn't go as far as saying they got better. What that would you not consider that a parallel move somehow? Or is
Mm,
it or would it be that the fact that they lost a lot of players who left and went over to Alabama?
they lost. I feel like Washington losing their head coach to Alabama, losing Penix to the NFL, losing a I can't think of the guy with the he got the blonde hair uh in his braids.
What
Their
position?
top he was their top wide receiver. He's gone to the NFL. Um, they had, I want to say they had
So
uh
Stacy said Jet Fish ain't like that.
oh
So
nah.
if Jeff Fish was able to take an Arizona team, even though they had Fafita, if Jeff Fish was able to take an Arizona team
I'm sorry.
and do what they did, then wouldn't you say Jeff Fish is a good coach?
I'm not knocking his coaching ability, but
Hey, were you talking about Rome Odons? The guy you talking about the braids or whatever? Because I think
yes,
that's what JR Boxing is saying. I have not
yes.
checked this email. Hopefully nobody was trying to get on. Okay,
Come
good.
on over, come on, Jr.
Man, so Stacy, no, Stacy, I'm reading your comments. What are you talking about?
What's Stacy
Washington
talking
is
about?
gone. Stacy said Washington team is gone. Fisher doesn't have it like that. Who's Fisher? You talking about Jet Fish?
Yeah,
Not Fisher, right?
he should have stayed at Arizona.
Why you say that?
I feel like he got a better chance of winning than going to Washington, where they
I
just
mean,
lost
I
half
feel
they
like you're
team.
that's too Washington was a step up for Fitch. Because I think
Yeah,
Washington has
if
a bigger purse than Arizona, right?
they may have a bigger purse, but You know what?
Bigger
Friday, I'm gonna
purse,
be
better
ready.
recruiting.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look through there, see what they picked up in the portal.
I don't think they
And
lost that much.
man, you lost Penix. You lost a lot of key players
I mean, I get it,
that
but
got them to that national
you have to
championship.
be.
The key players that got them to that national championship, they lost.
But Stacy, you're saying he doesn't have it like that. When you're saying he doesn't have it like that, are you saying he doesn't have the players, or you're saying his coaching? Because Jeff Fish took a Arizona team and they were not ranked, and they were beating ranked teams. It was like, yo, step up and get beat down. I was
Right.
like, what's going on over there in Arizona? Because this is not the Arizona team that I was preseason telling everybody that we're going to beat them, and we almost beat them. And they were just knocking off teams like there was nothing. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Who they got over there? And then when I took a deeper look, I'm like, no way. No way this little freshman doing this and with the coach. And then they had Lamonius Craig. He was a starter, but he didn't really play that much. So I'm like, who did they really have? I'm not buying it.
I mean, you can't
So,
take away
okay.
from his coaching ability, but
Right. I mean, so
Wash. I mean, he has the capability of recruiting. He has the capability of taking what he has to compete, but competing on a national level, man, it's not. It's no way nobody could convince me that Washington is going to be in the top 25, man. No way. And that I'm not taking anything away from the head coach that came from Arizona, but
bruh,
he does
but
not have
what
the
happens?
players.
What happens if? But I think you're making a great mistake in thinking that Jeff Fish cannot recruit, because Jeff Fish is the same guy that took a no-name Arizona team and made them rank, and it was beating all these ranked teams, and now he has a bigger purse, and you're telling me that he ain't going to have his guys ready, and they're going to be pissed off the fact that he's taking over a national runner-up team, and they didn't give him enough respect to rank him. You don't think that guy can recruit? Wouldn't it just be based on recruiting now and their purse? What type of NIL deals they got over there?
Okay, well let's say this, Harry. Say for
All
instance,
right.
he get uh all 5 stars that he recruited this season.
Okay.
Are you gonna think those 5 stars are gonna take him into a national championship or a playoff or even a bowl game?
So you're not even giving them a ball game?
No, I'm not.
Wow.
No,
And your
I'm
elements
not.
are because of Penix and the coach?
I mean, it. The head coach play a major role. Okay, number one, when Nick Saban left college football, right?
Mm-hmm.
All them players were finna leave Alabama, but Nick Saban came in and was like, "Hey, give this guy a shot." He's the one who saved those players from hitting that portal. So I feel like when he left Washington to go to Alabama, man, them players were like birds. They were flying into the portal. Not only that, your top athletes were going to the NFL. So what do you have left that's gonna convince someone to say, "Oh, this is gonna be a top 25 team"?
Well, the way that I say you have to evaluate who they're bringing in, and the ability of Jet Fish to take a bunch of no names and turn them into names, because he did that last year with Arizona. So I don't think I'm not just going to say put it on the players and say, well, Jet Fish had a lot of good players last year. I would say Jet Fish is a really good coach. I think that's what you were associated to with good coaching. Like his staff was really good because besides having a good quarterback, they had decent players. Nobody that was like busting out of the seams, right? It was just like they had decent players, and he had to coach them up. So now he goes to a bigger school or a bigger play, a place where that has that has a bigger pot, and they can do more. He should be able to do more. But I mean, that's just me. That's just the
I
way that
mean,
I think of.
money wise, I mean, I agree with you on what he did at Arizona, and you know, bringing in a 30-year-old quarterback and Fafita, but um,
He's not 30.
it's
30
I know
Fafita's not
he's what
30.
he's 20
He's
what
a fresh. He was a freshman. He's
20
going to be a
something year
sophomore.
old
He's going to
freshman.
be a well. He was a freshman, but he's about to be a sophomore now.
Yeah, but
He
how old is
replays the Delora.
he's not an 18-year-old.
Noah Fafita was like a young boy. He's young.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
think I
Delora,
heard they said that he.
Delora got hurt, right? Delora got hurt, and
Mhm.
then Delora was replaced by Noah Fafita, and Noah just happened to be playing well, and they never looked back. It was like the TCU thing when Max Duggan took over from Chandler Tyson, or whatever his name is, Chandler, got hurt that CU game. Max Duggan took over, became a unicorn, and they went undefeated. That's why they got in. They went undefeated, and that's why they got into that 2022 national title game against Georgia. The same thing happened here with Fafita and Delora. Delora gets hurt, Fafita takes over, and they find out that he's pretty good, but he was a freshman though. So, but listen, I don't believe in Arizona. I said Arizona's going to lose this year, and I don't believe in Oregon. But I can't say the same thing about what I can say about Arizona. I cannot say about Oregon because they have a weak schedule. Their schedule, they can go undefeated with their schedule, but they're gonna have to like really, I mean, play really hard against Michigan and against Ohio State. They have a possible 3 games they can lose, but they're gonna be in that playoff. They're gonna get into the playoff. Unfortunately, but I don't know. I don't see any room for your Colorado Buffs though. I'm sorry to say I can't say our Colorado Buffs because you're the one that you're thinking they're going to be they can get into the ranking. They can get into the ranking by week number 5, and I don't see where any path to being ranked. They can be ranked after let's say they beat Kansas State and they beat Arizona, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they are 6-1. I can see it happening. I can definitely see that happening.
Okay, what week did they move them to? I want to say 23 last season when they jumped into the AP poll at I want to say 23.
Oh, 3-0. We went 3-0. Week number
Okay,
3.
yeah, week number 3, and you jumped
Yeah, but you
into
beat a
the
number
AP poll.
you beat number 17. But you're not playing no ranked teams. You're not playing no ranked teams. So if you beat number 17, you go 3-0, then yeah, that's a pass.
Yeah, but in week 5, it's those other teams that are in the top 25 that I feel like they're gonna lose games, which is gonna push Colorado into that top 25 AP poll. I'm
Nah,
telling you,
there's no
watch.
path. That's not a path. It's not a
That is
path
a
for
path.
Colorado to be. No, it's not.
That is a
Where
path.
you see
If you got
where you see a path at? Okay. Break it down for me, like slowly, so I can understand it. Because maybe I'm slow tonight. Maybe the lights are too bright right now in the studio.
if you
Tell
got if
where
you
do you
got
see it?
you're gonna have teams in that God dog in that top 25 that's gonna play each other.
Okay.
which gonna allow teams, depending on how they're beating other teams in the fashion that they beat them in, which allow Colorado to sneak into the top 25.
They would have to like JR Boxing is saying they would have to be undefeated and beat K State to be ranked. I agree with that.
I don't
If
agree
they're
with
undefeated, if they go 5-0, get to K State and beat K State, which is ranked number 18. If they beat the number 18 team,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't think they will be number 18 by week number 6, right? So week number 6, I don't even think they'll be ranked anymore. So I don't really know. I don't know how they're going to shape out. But if they were ranked, so they're going to be evaluating them by their number 18th ranked ranking, right? So we get to number 6, we get to week number 6, and we beat the formerly ranked number 18th team. Then yeah, then I can see a path there. But other than that, I don't see what you can't beat a bunch of unranked teams and just get ranked because your name is Colorado. It just doesn't work that way.
I'll go back and look through in Friday. Well, actually, I'll send it to your email.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at all these team schedules because, like I said, Utah got a tough schedule. I briefly looked at it earlier, and if like, say for instance, Utah lose 2 in the first 5 games, or K-State or Oklahoma State lose 2, or Miami loses and they fall completely out of the top 25. We discussed that earlier. USC, they lose, drop out. Who else
Bro,
did we
think about
say?
other teams. I think you're kind of like, I think your vision is a little narrow to Colorado. Think about the other teams that's going to be in college football. We got JMU, which was ranked last year at the end of the year. They could be balling. There's other teams that could be balling, and they're going to have to be considered.
There were a lot of better teams than Colorado last year, and when they beat TCU, they put them over them.
But you know why they put them over them, right? Because Colorado was hot. Having Shador and
so
that team.
What makes you think they're not going to do that same thing this season?
Man, I want to agree with you, but I don't see it, bro.
Hey, listen.
I'm just saying.
Ratings.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why Colorado cannot go 3-0, right? If they go 5-0, maybe you're changing my mind a little bit. If Colorado goes 5-0, because last year they went 3-0, and then people started to rank him and all that stuff. This year they're not going to fall for it no more, right? So they go 5-0 and then beat K State. Maybe when they're 5-0, if they're 5-0, and yeah, I think once they qualify for a bowl game and go 6 and they get to number 6, then I think you got to rank them. Because at that point, Colorado's hot. At that point, you got Shador's hot. Travis Hunter's hot, and everybody's speaking the good things about them. They can go all the way. Yeah, then you got to rank them. But the only way I give it to you is not at 5; it's at number 6. That's the only way.
So in the fashion that they beat them, they still got to wait to 6.
Yeah, because they haven't played nobody. In the fact that you can beat
UCF isn't anybody.
Well, UCF will be the only
even though they're not ranked.
Huh? Right. But UCF will be the only body. The only decent team that you would have played up to that point would be UCF. Even though Notre Dame, I mean not Notre Dame, but even though now I can't think about their name. Nebraska. Even though Nebraska, in that Joe, I think it was a Joe Clapp poll, even though Nebraska is being held as, having a number eight defense come into the country, we beat them. That should mean something, but it's not going to mean that much. But yeah, but the arguments are always going to be, you ain't playing nobody. We got to keep that in mind. You ain't playing nobody until you play somebody. And the only somebody they're going to have to play to get in there is K-State, because K-State is ranked. So if they beat K-State and they go 6-0, now if you don't rank them, now everybody's going to come for you. Because you go 5-0, you beat K-State, you ranked. That's it. I don't care who's ranked above you. You're ranked. You're at least at number 15. At least. Because now you got the best quarterback in the nation hot. He's feeling good. You got the whole team hot, and they're feeling good. And now they're already going bowling. And you get that kind of confidence to Deion Sanders, it's a wrap. Deion Sanders, y'all better not make Deion Sanders go 6-0 and go bowling in the first 6 games, and it's a wrap. Stacey, what are you saying?
I agree. And, hey, Harry, I got to run, man. And I thank you for having me on your show. I'm listening in, but I got to run.
For sure, man. Thank you for being on the show. We're about to wrap up anyway. Hey, Stacey, only 5 ranked teams I see. Yes, you're right. We're only 5 ranked teams in the Big 12. Let me share this again so everybody can see. There's only 5 ranked teams. Stacey, I think you joined kind of late, but we went over this. But yeah, so you got 9 from the SEC, you got 6 from the Big 10, you got 5 from the Big 12, and ACC has 4. So yeah, that's it. And Colorado is playing all 5 ranked teams. Now they do have Notre Dame, because Notre Dame is not going to be one of your it's not going to be Power 4, because I believe they are independent because of their structure. Notre Dame is independent, so they don't fall in one of the Power 4 conferences. Someone said what? Okay. So you're saying they're going to be ranked number 18 or 19 if they're ranked. No, I think Colorado. Let me tell you real quick. I think if Colorado is 6-0 and they beat K-State, going into that next game, I think somebody puts them at number 15. That's just how they're going to be ranked number 15. Like, Colorado is hot at that point. Now people are going to be having that same feeling they had in 2023. Currently, Texas at number 15. You got Clemson. Colorado gets hot. I can easily see Colorado at number 15. Ranked top 15 in the nation. Because I don't see if Colorado goes 6-0 and they beat K-State. And when I say beat them, they beat them. Yeah. At that point, after you go bowling, at that point, I think Colorado. Okay, I mean, I can see maybe 18 or 19 based on how it's stacked up right now. I don't know from 11 to 15 how it looks on them. I don't know from 11 to 15 how it looks on them, but I can agree with 18 and 19. I'm sticking with 15. I'm thinking Colorado jumps to number 15. That's just how I feel, because I think at that point You're looking at a hot Colorado team. Coach Prime is feeling it. He's talking his smack. Shador's confidence is rising, and those boys, those Louis boys are feeling it, and they're coming into it, and they're locked in. They're looking like remember the Titans, and they're going into week number 7, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? They're going to Arizona undefeated. Arizona ain't got their coach no more. Arizona ain't got their coach no more. That Nigerian nightmare is going to be smelling blood, bro. Cheto's going to be smelling blood. Jordan Seaton is going to be feeling himself. He's going to be feeling like he's a sophomore. At that point, them boys done grew up. So I'm saying 15, but I can respect 18 or 19. I can see that. I can see why it'll be that. But yeah, let's end on this note. The Colorado's rooms are looking pretty decent, and I think they're gonna fit right in to Colorado is gonna fit right into that Big 12. And maybe not if not this year, Colorado is gonna be. I'm projecting Colorado to actually be the forerunner when they start like evaluating the teams. Like this year, everybody wants to disrespect Colorado. I think at the end of the day, Colorado is going to be leading the Big 12 after 2023. I mean, after 2024 this year, because what I see, just from what I've seen and my evaluation of the other teams that I've looked at, Colorado has all the pieces, and it's going to boil down to just the ball falling Colorado's way a few times. That's how I'm looking at it. We got K-State at home. Yes. I see us beating K-State. Now, why K-State is ranked 18, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm sure it's based on a lot of things, moving pieces that I haven't really seen. But I like our chances. I like the fact that we're not ranked. I like the fact that people are still sleeping on Shador. I like our schedule, right? North Dakota State, CSU, Nebraska. I keep thinking Notre Dame, Nebraska, and then we got UCF. I like our schedule, and I like our guys. And I think we about to be locked in. So, again, I don't see an Oregon situation where I don't see any Washington State situations. So teams just falling apart. I don't see Colorado just falling apart like we did last year. I don't see that happening either. So at the end of the day, I say y'all rest assured. I'm telling you. And right when I'm about to leave out here in the zone, real soon, I'm about to drop this video right when I hang up here. I want you to watch that video and see what I'm talking about. Because Colorado, right, I'm telling you, I don't want to give too much away, but Colorado has something special coming. And people are not going to see it coming. A lot of people are going to be surprised. And look forward to, like, I'll say this, look forward to just listen to the narrative when you hear people start talking, right? Because we only got 11 days left. Where we at? Give me a second, guys. All right, there we go. Well, let's end on this note. We got 11 days, 15 hours, 34 minutes, and 19 seconds. All right? That's how many more days we got left. Gerald said, "This is the year, Harry. Keep underestimating them at your own risk." I'm not underestimating nobody. All right, I ain't underestimating Colorado. I know what Colorado has, for sure. I know what Colorado has. I'm 8 games is a tough roll, but Colorado has 8 games in them, and I think it could be more. I'm stopping it at 8 because I feel like some things could happen, but Colorado could have more than 8 games. Even when Coach Prime was asked, when somebody said 8 games, Coach Prime was like, just 8. uh, Maybe Coach Prime knows something I don't know. Obviously, he does, right? Because he's the coach. That's the best statement I've made all night. Maybe Coach Prime has something under his sleeve, or maybe he knows something I don't know. I can assess better than he can, okay? Better than he can coach. Oh, that's so silly. But yeah, man, Colorado has something coming, and a lot of people don't really understand what's about to hit them. Now, I'm not naive to think like, oh, the other teams they didn't recruit, they ain't preparing, and they don't have, they're not doing what their running backs are not running good and stuff like that, because that's all we got, right? We just looking at well-off media or whoever's putting out videotapes from Colorado. I'm not saying those things are not happening on the other side too. What I'm saying is I like our chances better than the other guys. And as a fan, that's where you got to be before the game start. We got 11 days. So ain't no more talking. Listen, 11 days mean that's only one more weekend. That's it. One more weekend and we're playing college football. Because after that weekend, we go into that next week, and on Thursday or Friday, we're playing football. I forget what day it is. All right? That following week, we're playing football. That's it. Stacey, you're saying the ceiling is 10-2. That could be the ceiling. 10-2. Yeah, I don't see 10-2. I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not one of the 10-2 guys. I know there are other creators and other people that said 10-2, but I'm just not. I'm not at 10-2 yet. All right, I don't see 10-2, but I could change my mind to 10-2 depending on how the first 2 games go. After the first 2 games, how they play out and how we handle business, I will be able to know better whether we're 10-2 team. Right now, from what I see, I say we're 8-4. If Colorado goes in there and do what I think that we're gonna do to North Dakota State, I might change my mind. And then obviously as the time goes on. Your data is what I've been paying attention to, Harry. And I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. So you're probably taking my data, and you're probably going just a little bit further than me. But my data is kind of like, I think I'm reserving those two other games that you guys have, and I'm putting them in loss. And again, I always say that the losses could come against teams that we are projected to win or to beat. So, but yeah, the data is there. The data is definitely there for 10 games, but those 10 games are toss-up games. And I just believe that the ball is going to bounce the other way, not in Colorado's way. That's why I'm not giving them those 2 games. Because if it does, then that's 2 extra games that I would have given them, knowing that the way that things go in college football, the ball may not bounce our way. But I do appreciate you saying, you're looking at the data. That's cool. So I'll leave it there, guys. Let's make sure to watch that video I'm about to drop, because I think it's a pretty cool video. But watch that video I'm about to drop. I just didn't have time to drop it before the live. But next live, or not this live, but I think next Friday, either Friday or everybody's ready, guys. We got 11 days. We have 11 days left, guys. We've made it to 11 days left. All right. But yeah, so either Friday's live or Monday night's live, we're probably gonna do We're going to be looking at other people's schedule. We're going to look at the Big 12, and we're going to kick off college football the right way. We're going to look at who did what, where they landed last year, sort of like reminiscence of tonight. But we're going to go dive in deep a little bit, look at some records and see, how college football is going to do. So I might have to kind of, use some of the information from tonight, but we're going to look at more data on either Friday, if I have the time to put it all together, or we're just going to keep it until Monday Night Football. But we got to kick off college football the right way. Guys, we have 11 days left for college football. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll see you. Get it? See y'all on the next live. Okay. Peace out, guys. Y'all have a great night. God bless. I'm out.